tell you, thank you very much, Quad. You were one, and like that. What they read on TLP when it has your name at the top, everybody thought like you had sent the email or something like that, and you were the first one that I had sent it to say, "Hey, this had just taken place," because you wanted me to come on your show, and I was like, "I got to be really, really careful." And I explained it to you, and you didn't say anything to anybody, and like I had slowly kind of shown people throughout the few weeks after it had happened, to kind of like let them know where I was and what was going on, and no one said anything. And I was very impressed with like, and they say they're not internet friends, and they're right. You're right, I get it. But you know, I give you credit. You didn't say anything, and I appreciate that. And there are other people out there that did know as well. Thank you for not saying anything and letting TLP handle it the way they did. I didn't even have to throw a punch. They handled it, you know, like. And you guys did, everybody else. So I appreciate it.
Hell yeah, man. This little piggy's whatever, what he's referring to, that weirdo Carl that we were just talking about a minute ago. Indeed.
Just lost my fucking thought. Go on, carry on. Sorry.
No, but if it bleeds, it leads, as we know. So anything he says is interesting. You obviously are going to clip it, dude.
Yeah, well, I give you guys what you want. So I think that's what pissed him off. And then the one thing is when I really felt the turn as well is when like Nick told me the story about the chest stuff that he was licking off. And so when that broke, yeah, I went on Aaron's show and I told the story that Nick had told me, and I was like, "Are you verifying this? Like, are you?" And this is when we talked about it. He leaned into it, like, "Oh yeah, that's what I do." Ha ha ha. Like,
I drink your cum.
You know what I'm saying? Like he could have just said, "Oh no, none of that's true. You know, that's a lie. You know, go, you know, F yourself, whatever." But he's like, "Oh no, it did happen," and then he played more into it. That's when I noticed a little bit of a shift. And then there was like a time, like I had mentioned something about people showing up to his court date in one of his Rumble streams, and I was like, "You know, what do you think about people possibly doing that?" And then he's like, "Oh well, we don't talk about that. You know better than that." And then like. He went on to this whole
that
thing.
Was the okay. Actually, that came up on this little piggy today. Is that the point where he kind of turned on you? Is that question specifically right there?
I don't know if like. So I was gonna do like a stream on this whole, like I'll break up the whole thing down. I sent it to them, and Moody got in what he could with what he had. So like he had all the timestamps of exactly when the email was sent, what was said that day by Aaron, and everything else like that. So it was all broken down for him. So they kind of showed you the way it went down, and how he gloated by sending the extra messages. Do I know if he sent it? I don't know. It could have been anybody. It could have been, you know, someone on this panel. You know, it could have been Kiwi Farm. Right. It could have been Aaron. You know, I think he influenced it, but did he push send? I don't know, and I don't think I can even make that accusation. And I kind of don't want to. But again, by seeing the evidence you saw, what do you think happened? Years and years. Aaron was on the air for 10 minutes, and then like part of the stuff when he was on air, it was like he had to pay to play. He had to have a sponsor in order to be on the air or something like that. Like he was.
No, yeah, he would pay, and then he would have to go out and get advertisers to like make up for what he spent to be on the air. So, like, I don't know how exactly that pencils out, but that can't be the best situation to be a radio star in any way whatsoever.
So yeah, hearing that from him was kind of comical, but it was more he was rubbing it in, like he was twisting the knife, and he knew I couldn't say anything, and so that's what really. Like that, yeah, that's when I knew that he's not a good guy. You know what I'm saying? Like the stories are true, folks. Sorry, not sorry.
That's right. Winners never quit. Quitters never win. That's a fact, Jack. Indeed. Yeah. So I think the other thing was, so you had the lady that was going into Aaron's court case while it was happening, right? Kay, thank you. Yeah, I that's another thing that really pissed him off. I believe that's probably what maybe set him over the edge, right?
Possibly, but that was really more against like Nick. Kay, I don't think she likes Nick that much. I don't think she likes Aaron either. I'm not saying she has a side. Yeah. I'm not speaking for her, but she definitely had more feelings for those children that were involved, and so that's kind of like where I believe her feelings lie with that. So for Aaron to be mad about that, again, that's stupid because it was working in his favor in a way. Like he just, you know, he steps on rakes all day long. That's all he does. So yeah. Dumb.
That's right. Aaron the rakes, and then was like blocked me. So, did he do that to you? Did he block you?
like when he was talking about my boss, I wanted to, I did message him and said, hey, you know, let's talk about this on your channel and go one-on-one. And
Yeah, the interview.
Let's clear that up because that's got to stop. You know.
No thanks.
And he goes, absolutely not. So fine.
What a low
You know, I
blow.
just yeah. Well, again, let's just settle it. You know, let's let it go. But again, he didn't want to do that. So TLP got all this information, and you know, an hour and a half of them trashing Aaron for me. You know, ha ha ha, you dummy. It never had to be that way. Any of it.
Facts.
Why?